So you're looking to escape the blazing heat of southern Arizona. Well, we've got a great place for you just outside Payson, and it's called Forest Road 9350 Dispersed Camping. I'm going to take you there today and show you all the amazing campsites. Do you enjoy free camping and boondocking across the United States? Well, we've got a lot more for you. If you haven't already, checked out thewanderingshores.com, and we have an interactive Google map there where you can see all of the spots we've done campsite reviews of, as well as things to do in the area. So check us out. So welcome to Forest Road 9350 Dispersed Camping. So here's a little bit of information that I think is important to know about this boondocking spot. There are actually designated campsites. There's probably about 40 of them. I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you down and show you probably the first 15 or so, and then I'm going to kick it inside and do a kind of an overview of the area on Google Maps and show you where some of the remaining 25 or so campsites are here along this road. So we are just off Forest Road, we are just off Rim Road outside Payson, Arizona. It's probably about 35 minutes to Payson proper, but we are east here in the Sitgreaves National Forest. This is the boondocking spot. So you're going to see there's a 14-day stay limit. All of the spots have designated camping signs. So you got to be very cautious that you're only camping in the designated areas. But there's amazing views of the cliff area, and then there's some over here on what would be your right-hand side, which is where we chose to camp, that is just across the street from that same scenic overlook. So there's lots of options related to solar and Starlink, if that's important to you too. I'll give you an update at the end on how the cell phone service is here in the area. So we're going to walk you down. I'm going to show you, like I said, the first 15 or so campsites. Okay, the road coming in is fairly smooth, and interestingly enough, it's actually mostly sand. There are some rocks, and the further you go in, a little bit rougher, but it's a pretty smooth, easy access in from Rim Road. Here we're coming to the 14-day stay limit, and this is site number 1 right here on the right-hand side. You'll see a nice large area. You could fit several campers. There's a fire ring there, and also there is a pit toilet over by the trailhead, which from this location would be an easy walk. If solar's important to you, campsite number 2 would be a good option. As you'll notice as we walk all along here, a lot of these trees have orange paint tagged around them. I'm assuming that they're going to be coming in and cutting those down here shortly, probably for forest fire prevention, because they don't look dead, so I don't think there's any needle or pine beetle or anything like that. As you'll see here on the right-hand side, we opted to camp in site number 3. Okay, site number 4 is going to be here on the left. Fairly small site, but you do get a chance to park right along the edge of the cliff. It's fairly level, though you definitely, I think, would want to stay over here on the left-hand side. There is a fire pit, but there is also some area over here if you're parking in a small vehicle. Campsite number 5 will be here on the right, where the Transcend is currently parked. Number 6 is here on the right-hand side, and number 7 is directly across. You can see that site is further back off the street there on the edge of the canyon with lots of privacy from the street. Campsite 8 coming up here on the left where that toy hauler is, the Panther. If you're looking for the premier site, I think, with solar, access to the northern sky, with Starlink, site number 9 is going to be your choice. It's huge. You can probably fit about 5 or 6 campers in there if you had to. It was actually occupied when we arrived, so we weren't able to get this one, but I definitely would like this one. Campsite number 10. Number 11. Number 12. For whatever reason, we got number 14 on the right hand side. Number 13 is actually on the left side. So I think that gives you a fairly good idea of what the sites look like here. I'm going to take you now inside, take you onto Google Maps, show you some more information about what's available a little bit further down the road through the aerial maps, and then I'm going to talk about things and services that are available in the area. So be right with you. All right, everyone, I'm bringing you inside here to show you an overview of this area and highlight a few things on Google Maps. So right here is Payson, Arizona, and we are right off of Route 260 in the Sitgreaves National Forest. So when you turn off of 260 here, you're going to turn onto Rim Road. The first 6 miles of Rim Road here is a paved road until you get right about here, then it turns to gravel. So if you're heading back to this campsite, you're only going to have to travel on the gravel road, and it's pretty good shape and it's really wide, so you're not going to have any problems with obstructions or if other people are coming the other direction. But you're only going to travel for about a mile, mile and a half on the pavement until you come to this intersection right here. You're going to turn left, and all of the campsites here for 9350 campground, dispersed camping, are right along this road. Let me switch you over to satellite view, and as you come in, there's going to be a split in the road. Over here is the trailhead and equestrian parking area, so you're going to want to veer to what is going to be your left and come around 9350, and then right there you can see campsite 1 starts, and I've already walked you through campsite 1, 2, 3. I think this is probably 3 right here, or that might be 2. This might be 3 right there. Not all of these are labeled. Campsite 4 is there on Google Maps. But as you go back further, I took you back to about campsite 13 or 14, which is right here. But once you get past there, this road gets fairly rocky, and there's a bit of a significant incline right about campsite 9, right before campsite 19. That's got a lot of rock shelves and stuff. So if you've got low clearance, you're probably going to want to go no further than about 14 or 15 and turn around if you haven't found a spot. But you do have the option of going back here. As you can see, there are some campsites back here. There are currently some travel trailers back there, so it's possible to get back there, but just be advised the road is pretty rough. And you can see, I don't know if the depth here, but these are sheer cliffs. You can kind of see that as you are scrolling through here through the landscape version. And it goes all the way back here to campsite number 42 is right about here. 41 is actually a campsite as well, but there's a large tree at this current time blocking the entrance, and they haven't cut that in half, so you can't get back to that campsite. There is a slight turnaround here, but again, highly recommend small vehicles only with high clearance to get back to that area. Let me switch you back to the other style of the map. Some of the services available in the area right down the road. Over here, you will see, amongst all the National Forest campgrounds, you will see Woods Canyon Dump Station. So here's the situation with Woods Canyon Dump Station. I believe it closes on November 1st and then opens up sometime again in the spring. But as of right now, and we're in the middle of October, there is a dump station there, and they do have garbage cans as well as potable water. Now, right now, the dump station is $9 and operates on credit card only. There is a camp host that's parked right here in this spot. The water is free, so you don't have to pay for the water if you need just water. And then there are some garbage cans right in this area here, and it's charged per bag depending upon the size of the bag, anywhere from around $3 to $5. Let me back you out here. So if you're looking for other services, you're going to have to really go into Payson. There are grocery stores, there's Tractor Supply, you can get propane, there's gas. There is this Rumsey Park right here. At Rumsey Park, there is a water spigot right by the picnic pavilion. There is a padlock on it, but they don't padlock it. It just is there, I think, for decoration. But we were talking with another camper that was there getting water, and he had talked to somebody there at the park, and they indicated, oh yeah, you can fill up water. It's potable water, so definitely is an option if you're coming from the west into the east. I'm going to narrow this in. I'll show you kind of where that is. The picnic pavilion is right here, right by the skate park. Right about here is where the water spigot is if you're looking for water. So, couple information here also about this boondocking spot on 9350 Forest Road. There is Verizon signal and it is pretty good. We also have T-Mobile, but we are not getting any service with T-Mobile. And we are not really sure about AT&T, as we don't have AT&T as our service provider. So hopefully this overhead review is helpful for you. If you enjoy free camping and boondocking across the United States, well, we've got a lot more for you. If you haven't already checked out thewanderingshores.com, and we have an interactive Google map there where you can see all of the spots we've done campsite reviews of, as well as things to do in the area. So check us out.